Good evening, everybody. Good to have you with us. And I know everybody loves having their Monday filled with a little bit of racing. How is everybody doing?
I'm doing pretty great.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Yeah. At least that's the word, I guess, huh?
That's what I'll pretend.
We'll go ahead and do that then. Welcome back, folks. We are glad you came. This evening, of course, going to be BRNO in Czech Republic, a track that causes much whining and gnashing of teeth every time it comes up.
This track. People really hate this track.
Yeah, so we torture the boys with it just a little bit, just to make their lives miserable.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yep, so it's a little bit wet this evening. They're going to have a little bit of water on the track, makes their lives a little more interesting. We'll see how they do with it. By the way, for some reason, Nick, your mic sounds kind of like you're talking down a tube into it. I don't know what you did to it.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Let me verify something real quick.
Yeah, something seems a bit wonky there.
No, everything should be working correctly. Was it that way the whole time?
Yeah.
Or just now?
Well, I guess it is now. I wasn't paying attention earlier. Yep, tiny bit wet out there.
Yeah, per the rain here, or per the forecast, it was raining. That's moved away, but still some spotty showers.
Yes. We'll probably see those tails flying out just a little bit on folks this evening. For Moto 3, we're going to have Bichon, Stormy, Mr. Bear, Voss, Mac Argo. I don't think we normally see him for anything but GP, do we? Bit of a surprise.
No, he's filling in for us right now, and I'm glad to see him here. This will be interesting.
Yep, good to see Mac down here in Moto 3. We might have seen him on here like once before, but good to see him back here. Zombie Killer. And then, of course, Mr. Dickinson, as always, in there with his bananas. Rocha, as always, with us. Two Plain Jane back for some more. Good to see him. ZX10R Baird. And Nick J rounding out the lineup.
So I'm going to take this moment to publicly shame Rocha for his latest Facebook ban.
Oh no, what did he get in trouble for this time?
I don't even know what it was for, man, because the funny thing about Facebook, it used to be, with a Facebook ban, you still retain Messenger.
Yeah.
You're read-only on Messenger now when you pick up a Facebook ban.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I keep watching him in our chats. You'll see his little profile picture in the corner pop up that he's read it, and I'm like, oh, that's really funny, but really sad.
You poor guy. I'll tell you right now, what we probably need to do is we need to move the chat for the guys like over to Discord, so that Facebook bans won't affect them.
I've been pushing that for a while now.
Yeah, we probably should do that just to make sure that they can maintain communication with us. Because if Facebook's gonna make it so that anybody having fun is taken completely out of that, that might have to change for us.
Fun is dangerous.
I know. Can't have people enjoying themselves.
So, looks like there's a new name that we got popped up here. Christopher Caesar. Thanks for joining us. I see he tagged you in there. So, invite your friends, man.
Yeah, man. Feel free to bring people by. So, just under 12 minutes remaining, and Rocha putting down our first time. There's you a surprise.
He decided to actually qualify.
Yeah.
Is this what happens when he doesn't have Facebook, man? He actually qualifies?
Yeah, maybe he practices. We'll have to ban him from Facebook more often. That boy might get faster.
I'm going to start reporting him on everything.
Yeah. Blocked and reported, sir. Blocked and reported.
It's good for you. It's good for your soul.
Looks like everybody actually putting in times already. This is unusual. Gentlemen, 11 and a half minutes in and almost 2/3 of you have a time. You're not supposed to do that.
If I had to guess, they're likely a little nervous about the wet track.
Very possibly.
Which, to that, I just have to respond, good.
It scares them. It scares them.
I fail to see the issue.
And once again, thanks to the pinnacle of software design that is Milestone. We can't run Rainy because of the fact that it winds up throwing bright white dots instead of proper splashes on the camera. Thanks,
Yeah,
Milestone.
so what happens is basically you get like the correct rain effect everywhere, except in the very middle of the screen, in which it's a perfect white circle that pops up.
Yep, we have had it on a couple of our streams before. I haven't even bothered to make a bug report to Milestone because I know their reaction to bug reports is to kind of laugh at us.
They're going to look at it and go, I've seen circular rain before.
Yeah, that's how it looks in Italy. Apparently in Italy. Rain leaves white dots on your windshield or your camera or wherever it is.
It's affected by the pasta, man.
That must be it. It must be like pasta dust that's in the rain there.
Straight up starch.
Yep. So far, Stormy sitting at the top of the board with just under 10 minutes remaining, 2 minutes 15 seconds for his lap there. Dickinson about a second back. Baird doing good at just under 3 seconds back. Shane at 4.2. Jay at 4.7. Key at 4.9. So a lot of guys around the same time there.
That's good seeing a group that close.
Yep. And Rocha has moved down from being 8 seconds behind to being about 7 seconds back. So he is improving his laps. I'll give him credit for that much.
I'm almost disappointed that we don't have a spicy number plate from Voss tonight.
No spicy number plates for anybody? Aww.
No spicy number plate.
He may not have a spicy number plate, but he did put down a spicy time at the top of the board, a 2:13.9. Putting Stormy back a second and a half.
He was trying to get some insider information from me earlier about
Was he?
Yeah, about the weather. I told him no.
No, you can't have it.
May not, shall not, will not. And so, hey, while we're waiting to get some of these laps in, just to go over our top 10 in points right now for our Moto3 series.
Yes.
We have Voss sitting in first, followed by Nick J, then Baird, Hades, Baird, Sam Crow, Stormy. Golden Smacks and Bichon are tied for 8th place, which puts Rocha in 10th.
Well, sounds to me like Mr. Smacks needs to get his ass back on the track with us. We haven't seen him much this evening. Or this season, excuse me. So we definitely need to get him back out there with us.
No, after this race, it's very likely that he's going to be pushed off the leaderboard.
Yep. I think he should get out there and race with us some more. He was doing pretty well.
He was doing well, but hey, life gets in the way. I'll give him a small pass for a while.
Understandable.
Now, the most interesting thing for me on this leaderboard is, and it's consistent across all of our race classes, the gap between first and second place is huge.
Yeah.
In this case, Voss is sitting at 223 points. Nick J is sitting at 141.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it would help if he wouldn't rage quit if he had a bad race. But
yeah, I mean, he's doing good. It's like, doing better than he did last season. So if he can keep that under control, he'll at least be on the podium for the season.
Absolutely.
So just under 7 minutes remaining. Voss still in the lead. Dickinson has managed to move himself up to second. Jane up to third, and Mac up to fourth. Stormy now finding himself back in fifth. That's a bit of a surprise.
So, hey, I got word of where Golden Smacks has been.
What's he up to?
He got deployed.
Oh.
He's a military boy, apparently.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty good reason for missing our races.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let that one slide.
Yeah, let me just let that mandatory deployment slide.
I'll go ahead and let that one go this time.
He had so much of a choice in the matter.
Next time you'll be in trouble, mister.
Wags finger.
I got to be looking over my glasses for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. Ooh, Stormy making his reply, putting himself back up at second. Just under a quarter of a second behind Voss. Yeah, our top four, our top five, all within basically a second of each other. So
impressive.
It's going to be a little competitive in there this evening.
Zombie Killer's gamer tag looks like he made it when he was in junior high doing 360 no scopes.
I'm assuming, I might be wrong here, but I'm assuming he does some kind of music or something. The A08 making me think of the old TR-808s that you would use for doing drums on like techno and such. So I don't know.
Could be
something like that.
Could be.
I have not asked.
We're making a lot of assumptions.
I have to say, but making an ass of you and me is what we're here for.
I think that's what I was born to do.
Yes, that is exactly true. So just under 5 minutes left in qualifying for the moment. And Nick J has managed to put himself in sixth, just behind Mac. And Dickinson has managed to push the time down even further, now putting himself a second ahead of Voss. It seems they're figuring out where they can push it around the track.
Dodging the puddles.
Yes. Trying their best to stay out of them. Oh, and Bear now moving up into fourth. All right.
Looking strong tonight.
Yeah, apparently he's decided that this evening he will, in fact, show people how to get around the track.
Man, he ate his potatoes. He's looking strong.
Strong. Like Russian beer.
Like potato.
Titers. So, looking like it's going to actually be a race this evening. Everybody within about 10 seconds of each other total, so nobody lagging way behind the group. Looks like everybody actually does have a qualifying time, so we'll see how things go.
It hasn't been that way in a while for us.
Yep.
You know, I want weather buttons, man. I want to press a button right now that's like, oh my god, it's raining.
No, you couldn't ask them to be able to change weather during the race. That would bake their programmers' little minds. How do we do that? Can you do that? I don't know.
I'm not even asking for it to be smooth, man. I'm asking it like, open the gates of hell. Just monsoon.
Literal raining cats and dogs all over the track.
Yes, instead of the white
Carnage.
dot, can we get like felines and canines?
There you go. So Stormy.
We're just going to refer to it as the dot.
Yep. Stormy moving up to second. And Mac up to third. Voss now finding himself back in fourth here in qualifying with 2.5 minutes remaining.
It's weird seeing Ricardo's name in Moto3.
I know, right? I'm just not expecting it. He is the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects him. Voss on a very hot lap right now. Looking like he might manage to get up into first there. Go ahead and hop on board with him for a moment.
Let's see what that boy with Cowie numbers can do.
Yep, let's see what he can do with it.
It's okay, you're number 0 in my mind too, boss.
And that does put him at the top of the board with a 2:11.5.
Strong.
Not looking too shabby, yep.
Very strong.
These boys have definitely been passing first place in qualifying back and forth. Maybe we'll see them do it during the race. It's entirely possible. BRNO being one of the older tracks on the circuit, this has actually been around since the 1950s. Which is why
Has it really?
Yes, which is why you'll notice the runoff on some of the turns is absolutely terrifying. And I know in the past we've had some of the turns, I believe, I want to say 5, that people just routinely fly out of.
Kind of nuts. Can't be worse than the Red Bull ring, though.
seem to remember that this one could be every bit as bad.
Well, that'd be bad.
I may be incorrect, but I seem to recall it being every bit as bad the last time we did it. There are just a few turns that are really tricky. I believe it was 5 and 10 that are just really hard to catch correctly. Like I said, no runoff. It's just very, you're coming very fast out of a turn and you're way off into the gravel and it's done. So we'll see if that's what happens this time. 30 seconds remaining in qualifying. Voss going into the pits. I'm assuming he's going to go ahead and just swap out tires there. Dickinson, Stormy, and Mac close behind him. Jane sitting in 5th. Jay in 8th. You know what? They're going to start messing with this like the Baird thing.
If they could just avoid that, that'd be great.
No, they're going to just mess with us. We deserve it.
So, I just got some real interesting info from Race Direction on the back line there. So on these bikes, there's or in this game, there's different race teams, right? Mm-hmm. And some of them are 100% support, some of them are 80% support, and so Bear was out running laps on his bike, and in the dry, he was doing consistent 210s. 210, nice. 210, 210, 210. Well, he switched to Nick Jay's bike. So Bear was on the bike that Nick Jay's been assigned and ran on his first lap a 2:08.
I was about to say, ran a 1. Holy!
Yeah, he strapped a Saturn V rocket to the back and ran a 1:08.
Yeah. Just went from one end of the track to the other, didn't bother with all the turns.
Exactly. That's what we do here. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, there is definitely a difference in the performance of the factory bikes versus the satellite teams in this game.
Yep, it is noticeable. So now we are just waiting for the last few folks to finish up their last lap. As time has expired, Bear has moved himself up to 4th, now just a second off of Voss.
Our top 3 have some interesting colors going on there.
Yep, and there is Stormy putting himself at the top of the board. Voss did get back out on the track. Yep, top 7 is pretty close. I'm betting we might see a good race. So long as turn 1 does not turn into a bowling alley.
Maybe I should prep my sound effects. Oh, Hades taking second.
Yep. Dickinson putting himself half a second behind, and Voss finds himself in 3rd at the end there. So that'll be your front line, Stormy, Dickinson, and Voss. Second line going to be Jane, Bear, and Mac. Mac finding himself a little further back than he does in GP. Then Jay, Baird, and Rocha. And our last 3, we are waiting for the scroll there. Gonna be Zombie, Key, and Bichon on the last row. So that'll be right. Yep, that'll be qualifying for Moto 3 at BRNO on the Xbox. And we will go ahead and move over to racers getting ready with their final prep. They will have 2 minutes, and then we will start the race. So while we're doing that, while we're waiting on them to do that, we'd like to go ahead and give a shout out briefly to our sponsors. Of course, we've got Wood Cycle Country, Moto Orangutan, Motul, Mass Motorsports, South Central Race Center with Pirelli tires as well. And we're going to be making sure to get more information about those up on the information on our broadcasts in the future. We've been kind of working on the back end to change a few things around, make a few things better. So we'll be.
We were really close to having it set. We were really close to having it for this race.
I know. We don't have it yet. We will have it next week. That information will be available.
Well, at least 2.5 of our sponsors' websites are currently broken.
Yep.
So it makes it
Oh,
difficult.
well. There's only so much we can do for you, fellas. You got to fix your site, and we'll get people to it. So, that is a change on the back end. There are a lot of other changes on the back end that we have been considering. There's definitely a lot we can't talk about right now, but a lot of interesting stuff in the works.
Yeah, no spoilers.
No spoilers. None whatsoever.
No, but I can assure the viewers that we are definitely looking for quality over quantity.
Yep.
So,
I believe there is talk of PS4 finishing out the rest of the season, kind of catching up with Xbox. Have we decided that one yet? Has there been word on it?
I almost wish we didn't bring this one up live, but we'll jump into it. At this point, we don't have sponsor support for a
well,
PS4.
no, it was just a more informal league. I know that was the talk of it.
Definitely an informal league. I mean, we're willing to give out our rule book and things of this nature to the racers and see if they want to self-organize.
Right.
At this point, they're talking about how they want to race, with other good people, this, that, and the other. And, we've kind of brought the group together. However, to use, your and I resources for this at this point, Race Direction's not sure that giving full, commentator and stream support is
right.
the.
Well, the main reason I was mentioning is just to let people know. Pop over to the Searle Facebook page if you're on the PS4 and you're interested, and there may still be slots open, and we may be doing a league if we get enough people there. So feel free to drop in and say hi about it. And we are off with our first race for Moto3 this evening at BRNO on the Xbox. And
bad start by Bichon.
Yeah.
Just kidding. He turned on the afterburners. What happened there?
He is absolutely flying, JMR. Commenting, boogity boogity. That's right. Boogity 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 boogity. Can't say it fast.
What was the sound from, what was the Courage the Cowardly Dog? That one. I need that sound.
I do not remember it.
Ooga booga booga or something like that. I don't know, man.
Boogity boogity, let's go racing, boys. I believe that's what he is referencing.
Perfect. That
is the plan. Jane having a great start and now sitting out front. Yep, that's that. Like I said, that right there being the first turn on the track that tends to eat people. Turn 5, but looking like everybody's making it through smooth. As a matter of fact, pretty clean racing. Oh, of course. The one person that's going to fly out first. Sorry, Rocha.
Baird crashed before Rocha.
Oh, did he?
He did.
I did not see that part.
Getting that tail out pretty good there.
Yes, there will be a lot of tail out around a lot of turns with it being this wet. Right now, we're on board with Voss. Oh, I guess this is going to step... Yep. This is actually back, I believe, a few turns. No, this is 10. Okay. 5 and 10 always look the same coming into it.
What are you smoking?
Leave me alone.
Ooh, a little inside there. That's really going to hurt the drive out of that corner.
Yeah. Ooh.
Not as much as if it was on the dry, though.
Dickinson cutting up under. That was aggressive through 11, but he managed to stick it. Very nice work on his part. It looks like Voss is set up a little bit better for the speed in the straights. Dickinson is having a good time in the turns. He's getting in there late on those brakes and being really aggressive.
Two-Plane is just holding strong up in first there.
Yeah, just having an amazing first lap. Looking absolutely wonderful as we start our second lap. Voss.
Baird crashes again.
That is rough. Voss managing to chase him down. We'll see what he can do with it.
Not a whole lot at this point.
Not so far, no.
We're still very early in the race, though.
Yep. So Jay sitting in fourth right now. That's his complaint always that he really has great, he has a good idea around the track. He can definitely get a good early start in the races, but he always complains about being able to stay in it. So we'll see if he can make that happen this evening.
Well, he hasn't rage quit yet, so whoa, there goes Voss.
Voss with a very nice pass. Very, very nice pass. I believe that was coming into 6.
Textbook.
Yep, very clean.
But 2-plane is right behind him.
Yep.
So is Hades, actually. That's like one little blip on the map.
Yeah, those 3 are apparently going to give each other some trouble this evening. Nick J's still sitting about 3.5 seconds back with a pack of Mac and Stormy right on top of him.
Those aren't people that I want behind me.
That is a scary place to be. Oh no, and Jay having it off. Just as I was popping over to take a look at how it was going back there. That is unfortunate.
Cursed.
Yep. You can blame me for that one, Mr. J. That was all my fault. I am so sorry.
We got a little bit of an overlay on Stormy stream there. That was interesting.
Yep, it was. For some reason, it was being stupid there. I don't have the setting in that should cause that problem, so I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm not even going to pretend to know.
I'll have to figure that out later. But for now, we're looking at it from Stormy's perspective, trying to chase down Mac. As Voss finishing another lap, putting down a 2:13 during the actual race here. These two are going to have a hell of a time to trying to catch up to the front of the pack, as they've got about 4 seconds between them and Jade in third.
That's a lot to gain,
Yeah,
especially with racers this quick.
Yep, it is a lot to chase down. Meanwhile, up front, Voss trying to stretch out his lead over Dickinson and Jade, but Dickinson doing his best to keep from that lead getting too bad. He's about 1.5 seconds ahead of Dickinson, and he is managing to stretch it out more, but we are about halfway through the race, so anything could happen. Deshaun at this point has put himself up into 9th. Bear has moved into 6th, just behind Stormy, about 1 second behind him. And Key, Baird, and Rocha. Oh, Rocha having another wreck, unfortunately. That's going to put him about 5 seconds back off the rest of the pack. But it's not.
For once, Bear and Baird aren't next to each other.
I know. It makes our lives easier. Not that we're saying drive slower. Just, what do you just has to be really fast. That's all you got to do.
No, both of you can be really fast, but one just has to be faster than the other.
One has to be more really faster.
But not as really faster as the person that separates you two.
Yeah, that's it. There we go.
English, we have a wonderful grasp of the language.
Yes. Always have to teach people English.
I don't envy that job.
So Stormy working to
he
chase
a piece
down
of the
Mac.
cargo.
Yeah, he is trying to chase down Mac. He hasn't let go of him at any point, and both of them are now about almost 5 seconds back off the pack up front. But Voss has yet to manage to run away from Dickinson. He has definitely been giving it the effort, but it just hasn't happened.
Looks like Jay's holding pretty steady in 7th. I know he's going to be a little disappointed with that, but he's not dropping anymore.
And Bear actually in 6th, trying to chase down Stormy and Mac. He has managed to slowly work his way up, and he's got a good view of them now. Wonder if he'll manage to catch him.
They're within range.
Yeah, that
Lap
is...
4, yeah, they're definitely within range.
That is a reasonable gap. I would say that any of these three getting on the podium is going to require at least one or two of the guys up front to completely Oh, no, and Bear a little too far on the inside in turn 5. And out he goes into the gravel.
That'll do it.
That was rough. Now
Which
he
lets
finds
Jay catch up a bit.
Yep. That does give Jay a chance to get himself into 6th. But it does make it pretty much impossible for Bear by the end of the race to get anywhere near taking 5th or 4th.
Yeah.
You're not going to see too many mistakes out of Mac or Stormy more than likely.
Even a crash right now wouldn't put him, unless it's one of those ones where they just slide forever.
Yep.
It's not going to put him in front.
So that is a bit of a disaster for Bear. Too bad to see it. He was doing quite well up to that point. He just cut it a little too far inside. And wow, nice passing there by Mr. Key. Yes, it was close, but it was clean. He and Baird having a good fight. Yep, he and Baird having a good fight back here. I think they did the same thing last week. I remember if it was in Moto 3 or Moto 2. Yeah, I think it was them. I remember having a pretty good fight back here last week. They definitely enjoy getting into it with each other. Meanwhile, Stormy still trying to make his move on Mac, but just cannot seem to make it happen. Oh, Bichon going down, unfortunately.
I mean, the problem Stormy's running into here is not just the fact that his game's in French and trips me up every time. The guys in front of him are just, they're beasts. They're machines.
Well, let's face it, he is one of the beasts in our league, so I'm not going to feel too sorry for him.
Oh, I'm not feeling sorry.
As we are working on finishing up the penultimate lap and just about... Ooh, Mac very wide! Stormy doing a great job taking advantage of it, just staying more consistent through 7, and there he goes. That puts him in 4th. Unlikely that he's going to see the podium, but he did get himself a spot there. Very well done by Stormy.
Remember when I called him a cargo machine?
Yeah.
I might have lied.
Yeah, you might have cursed him.
Or was that a glitch in the Matrix?
It's that commentator's curse again. You just...
Course? It's the commentator's course.
Commentator's course. Commentator's course is very wide around the turn.
Evidently.
So, excellent work by Stormy. If he can just hang on to it, Mac isn't going to let go easy. But he can have himself a 4th instead of a 5th. Meanwhile,
sometimes that's better, like in racing.
Yep. Meanwhile, up front, Voss has managed to go ahead and stretch things out on Dickinson and Jane. Looking like those three are going to probably not have too much of a shuffle.
Man, I'm going to have to ask Voss if he installed an Xbox into his toolbox at work, because this dude's clearly been practicing.
Yeah, he has. He's looking really good out there on this track this evening. Mac and Stormy actually having a bit of a back and forth still. These two by no means done. Look at this. Little bit of lag there, but... Oh, that is so close. So very close through 3.
All the way up on those candy stripes.
Mac,
wow.
Yep, Mac barely managing to hold on to it. Both of them you can see there. Little bit of a touch. They both stay up.
Did you notice both riders did the same animation?
The same exact gesture.
I don't know what that was supposed to be, but...
Yeah. But the wet ain't slowing these two down. They're still having a fight with each other. Stormy a bit wide through 7, where last time it was just Mac. Little into that wet grass, but he manages to hold on to it through 8 and into 9. And for these two, it's going to matter how close they can stick together. You can see Stormy has a little over a third of a second in penalties. And I would wager Mac is no different. He is showing that he has penalties on our scoreboard that we can see. Oh, Oh, it's going to come down to the wire with these two. Ooh, that tail going way up in the air for Stormy. Manages to hold on to it, but that is going to set him back. And Mac taking advantage of it to push himself out ahead. Ooh, Zombie unfortunately having off there on the last lap. And here we come right down to the wire. Nope. Mac doing a good job holding Stormy at bay. We'll see after penalties what that winds up being between the two. I am kind of curious how that one's going to turn out. They had a great fight there.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on our score sheet here.
Okay.
And I can't complete that without the penalties. Because that one is so close.
We will need to see penalties on that one. I don't think we're going to know which one of them took what until the races or the penalties are calculated in. So there you are, Voss up front. Just a very dominant race. Dickinson in second, Jane in third, and it winds up after penalties. Mac in fourth, Stormy in fifth, Bear back in sixth after that unfortunate off there. Jay in seventh, right behind him. Baird in eighth, Key taking ninth. Zombie, one of our new guys, in 10th. Bichon in 11th. And Rocha bringing up the rear. Here's a tip, Rocha. Keep the rubber things under the bike. It tends to make you stay on the track and do a little better.
Nah, man.
Nah,
You're
we
just
don't need
making
that
stuff up now.
We don't need that. Pure rumors and propaganda. So that'll be it for our first race of the evening. And next we will take a brief break. We will be back in just about 10 minutes with Moto 2 on the Xbox at BRNO. Stick around, folks. We'll be back shortly. And welcome back, folks. We are just about ready to start qualifying for our second race of the evening. How's everybody doing?
Still doing well. You know, had a little mid-race snack there. It's the only way to do it.
I have not had anything to eat yet this evening. Definitely feeling a bit hungry, a bit peckish.
Well, maybe that'll put a fire in your belly.
Yes,
commentary.
That'll work.
So hey, while we're waiting for these guys to get on the track and get Moto2 qualifying going, couple updates, a little bit of churn in our Moto3 standings. Of course, we still have Voss in first, Jay holding second, Bear third. Hades has rolled up to fourth, Baird in fifth, Stormy sixth, Sam Crow in seventh, Bichon eighth, Rocha in ninth, and Golden Smacks into 10th. So Golden Smacks has held on there despite not being in the race.
We'll see if that changes soon. So looks like they are getting ready to get onto the track, so we will pop over and get ready to start that. And I am trying a new arrangement here, folks. I've got a laptop set up that is using a touchscreen to control OBS, so we'll see how well this goes.
You're going to break the entire
This
screen.
experimentation is going to make it all awful. The last race, I was actually impressed. Like there was a little bit of wrecking, but really not much more than normal, despite it being wet. I was kind of impressed by that. Everybody's at a track that they're not big fans of, and it's wet, and pretty clean race. I'm impressed.
Race Direction is just so kind to the racers, aren't we? We're like, hey, here's this track that you all hate. It's raining.
Yeah, here, have some wet. Well, they all did quite well.
Look at this track, man. Between races, the wind's picked up. It dried the track out. It looks beautiful out there.
Yeah. Looks like it'll be kind of nice. Still a bit cloudy, but should be pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, lots of clouds on the horizon. Might rain again in the future. Might not. I don't know, man. The weatherman lies.
So looking like most of our boys out on the track already. Only Bear, Bichon, Rocha, Key, and Voss in the pits currently. Not a huge change over what we had as our lineup from the last race. Of course, saying hi to Hazard being out on the track replaces Nick J, who is this season only doing Moto3. So that will be a good replacement there. We'll see how Hazard does this week. Last week he was solid. So hopefully he has a good one this week. We saw him commenting a little bit earlier on the stream.
Maybe he's one of those weirdos that really like this track.
Yeah, one of those guys.
And so in our Moto 2 contest here, we have once again Voss in first place with 220 points. Now, the problem with that, and which I'm sure Heinz loves, is Bear is in second at 163. So Voss is safe, no matter what Bear does at this point. Yeah. Hades is in third, Stormy fourth, Baird fifth, Sam Crow sixth, Bichon seventh, Rocha in eighth. A little higher than I thought he'd be placing here.
There you go.
Golden Smacks in ninth, and Turbo in 10th. So our ninth and 10th, they're not even appearing in this race.
Yeah, we haven't seen either of them in a while, as a matter of fact.
No, I'm not sure what happened to Turbo.
Yeah, he kind of dropped off the radar. He was doing pretty well, so hopefully he'll be back at some point. Ooh, Baird having a bit of an off there. Is everybody working it, turning in their first laps. Popping over to Dickinson here. And there you see, he puts down a 2 minutes, .958. Seems like it's going to be one of those maybe sub 2 minute days in Moto 2.
I'm sorry, I was speaking with race direction. Was that a question to me?
No, not necessarily a question. Just looks like it could be very interesting today. If they're turning under a 2 minute in Moto 2, it's going to be kind of a fast race.
I jumped back into this race channel to hear Moto 2, like as a question mark at the end. I was like, awkward.
Just noting, Oh, is Bichon. We watch him kind of go off there in front of Mr. Dickinson. Hazard.
And I figured... What?
Oh, Hazard putting himself 2.2 seconds behind Dickinson. Good enough for second for the moment. Key in third with just 3 seconds behind.
And I figured out the turbo thing.
What happened?
So Turbo was our racer out of Brazil, if you remember that.
Okay.
So the problem was we had a couple races with him where he was just like, you could put a plow on the front of his bike and he was just knocking people over.
A little too crazy,
And,
yeah.
It was real crazy, and the problem is we couldn't have a conversation with him, to say, hey, chill out a little bit, because we don't speak Portuguese.
Oh, well, I told you we had a couple of guys that speak it. But I guess nobody listens to me.
Portuguese? No. No,
Yeah.
I don't think we have anybody that speaks Portuguese.
Yeah, we do.
Who speaks Portuguese?
He goes by Diego on Facebook. He does speak Portuguese. Matter of fact, he's been bugging me to learn
Spanish?
it. Yeah, he's been bugging me to learn Portuguese because all of my programmers I work with at my job all speak Portuguese. So he's been like, so when you learning it? I'm like, leave me alone.
No, what you got to do is you have to offend everybody you know and work with and try to speak to them in Spanish.
Yeah.
They love it when you do that.
Oh, God. They have actually left. There have been a couple of times. There's just enough in common with Spanish that you can pick out a little bit of it if you know Spanish. And there was... They were mentioning me one time, and they're like, Chris aquí? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And they're like, you understood that? And I'm like, that's actually like Spanish, bro.
Yeah, that is literally Spanish.
They're like,
yes.
they all sounded really hopeful for a moment. Then they're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not studying Portuguese, guys. Y'all are out of luck.
Yeah, sorry, I can't get a grasp on the second language in my state, let alone yours.
Yeah.
So
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I know how to talk smack in Spanish. That's about it.
So, Dickinson's still in second, Voss in third, Jane in fourth, Key fifth, Hazard in sixth. I don't think Key or Hazard have managed to really move their times down much since their first lap they turned in, so it's gonna be tricky to get up with the front of that pack. We'll see if they can do it, though.
You know what's funny is I think we got qualifying times in faster in the wet in Moto 3.
We probably did. It was weird. That was not a thing we normally have. Like within 2 minutes of starting there, we had like as many people as we have right now had times.
And Rocha has another qualifying time.
Oh my!
Has he listened to what we say on the streams?
If he keeps this up, we might have to stop ragging on him for wrecking at some point.
No, he'll still wreck 27 times during the race. And Roach is a good guy and can take the the abuse.
Oh, it's so disappointing. The game won't let us put together free Rocha tags to put on people's stuff.
Technically, I think we can.
Maybe on nameplates. Get everybody to have a week of hashtag free Rocha on their nameplates.
If we can have the nameplates that Hines and Voss have been showing off lately, we can have free Rocha.
Oh, God. So Zombie putting himself into 8th, pushing Rocha down 4.5 seconds. He and Key both very close in times. I think it was the same last time during qualifying for Moto 3.
.158.5 is quick.
Yep. That sub-2-minute did happen. And Bear, look at that. Again, you can see him practicing Moto 2 this week.
McCargo still without a time, not even on the track. Kind of interesting there.
Yeah. Maybe he's getting a drink or something. God, it's weird seeing him in all 3 classes tonight, I guess. I don't know if I can get used to this.
It really is. Now I hear Race Direction heckling him. It's kind of funny. He ran out of gas on his outlap. That's... Wow. Okay. That's special.
That will get you a rash of shit, sir.
Yeah, how do you run out of gas on the outlap? Like, oh man, I was 3-4 laps in and I ran out of gas. My bad, guys. Sorry, man, I didn't make it around the track once. My bad.
I don't even know. Sorry, forgot to put gas in it. There was enough to just make the injector spray a few times.
Dude, like, I got it off the trailer, I warmed it up, and then it died.
I took whatever fit in the fuel line. That's enough for a lap, right?
You know, I legitimately almost ran out of gas on my last track day. I didn't think about filling up. I was putting down some good times. I was happy. I got back to the pits, and my gas gauge was reading nothing.
Yep. I have had my low fuel light come on the track before, but I don't think I ever got that far.
Yeah, that would have been embarrassing.
Would have been funny. I'd have laughed at you.
Dude, I'd have thought I'd blown the CBR up.
What did
I'd be
I
like,
do?
Unless it stuttered like it was out of gas, But if she just cut, I would have been like, oh no.
Watch it just drop out from under you in a turn. So we've got a couple of groups, basically, that have formed here. Up front, of course, no names in that group that surprised me. Stormy, Bear, Voss, Dickinson. And then Hazard and Baird are within 0.1 of a second to each other. Jane kind of there by himself, and then Key, Zombie, and Rocha has now pushed down to being under a second from those two, so he has been steadily improving his laps there.
He's on another faster lap as well.
Yep.
So I got an update on the McCargo situation. So he didn't run out on his out lap, but he ran out in his real lap.
Oh.
Which is no better.
Yeah. Come on, bro. You're supposed to make it around the track, not just stop in the middle of it for the scenery.
It's a beautiful track, man. I don't know why you wouldn't want to stop in the middle of it.
Sure. It's the Czech Republic. Of course it's nice there.
They make great firearms and beautiful racetracks.
I am rather fond of my CZ.
Days both pretty and functional.
So Bichon and Max still yet to set lap times. I'm sure we'll see that change soon enough. Hazard finishing another lap. Not much of a change. I think he might have been slightly faster on that one, but not by much.
Here goes McCargo.
Yep, Bear and Voss both on laps that don't look like it's going to change anything for him at all. Yep, there's Voss. No faster on that lap. Let's see what Mac can put down here. And, Dickinson moving up to second there. Rocha having it off, doing what he do.
The Rochineta. I'm not sure this is going to be a good lap for McCargo.
Yeah, we'll see. He's not going to be top of the board, but yep, there he goes, fourth place. 0.8 seconds behind Stormy. So he is in that 159 range. He is sub 2 minutes.
It's a lot of weeble wobbling for Baird there.
Yep. Whoa! Little off into the grass, and down he goes. That was a bit of a rough landing.
That was an interesting one for sure.
That was
that
not
like some.
I would generally recommend against that line.
That looked like some PS1 logic going on there, with just kind of the rider not moving, tumbling.
Yeah. I would generally advise against that line that he took.
Nah, man. If you put some studded or knobby tires on there, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Worked out great. Oh, that's a lot louder than I expected. Okay, there we go. For some reason, the volume on Bear's stream was set entirely too high. We'll take a look at how he's doing here. I will try not to give him the commentator's curse.
Nah, don't. But at least you're paying attention and monitoring that audio. Good job there.
Yeah, it was a bit on the loud side. Apologies for that one, folks. And we've got just over a minute remaining in qualifying. Deshaun has yet to put down a lap. I don't know if he's going to manage to at this point. Looks like his current lap has been invalidated as well. Same for the one that Bear is on right now. So I don't think we're going to see Bear move down any further. Still, he's just over half a second behind Stormy, so he's managed to put down a competitive lap already.
I was just talking about, and there it goes. I was just talking to Rage Direction about him losing that front row, and there it happened. Wow, that's a good crash.
Yep.
Oh, he's got his logo on his leathers now.
Isn't that fancy?
Super fancy.
Ooh, Dickinson putting himself up at the top with a 158.481.
Stormy's on a hot lap too, though.
Yeah?
So is Voss.
Less than a tenth of a second between those two, though.
Two really, really consistently fast riders.
Yep. See Stormy here. We are on board with him. We'll see if he can make that happen. You can see that tail. Yep, you can see that tail moving a little bit there in 13. Little bit leaving 14.
He's just about out of gas, too.
Ooh, yeah, he gets it by 0.062 of a second now ahead of Dickinson.
That's just petty.
These two just splitting hairs at this point. And still on the track, Baird puts himself just about 3 seconds even behind Stormy. Voss still trying to finish up a lap. He had a great first section, and he has improved on his own time for the second and third sections. So he may move up in standings, but he's probably not going to be front of the pack for that one. Maybe we'll see him get front row.
Can we talk about how much more consistent these groups have become since we started this league?
Yep. They really have compared to what we had before. Now we got 5 people sitting within a second of each other up front.
I mean, we used to have a 25-second qualifying delta.
Yep.
Now we're at 5. That's impressive.
But Bichon yet to complete one. Obviously, he's not going to, but he's never that slow, though. So,
slow consistency. Maybe it's a game. He wants a challenge this week.
That's it.
So, I mean, let's see where he sits. It'll be interesting for him because he's starting from the back of the pack.
Yep. So that'll be
where he lands.
Yep, that'll be your qualifying for Moto 2 at BRNO here. We've got Stormy, Dickinson, and Voss going to be on the front row. Mac at the last second bumped down to the second row along with Bear and Hazard. Baird, Jane, and Key going to be on the third row, and rounding out the fourth row going to be Zombie Rocha and oh my god, who is our other?
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, we apologize, whoever that was. I've forgotten. Oh, Bichon.
It would have been Bichon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Duh. We were talking about him. You know what?
Yep, there we go. Thanks, Heinz.
Thanks, Heinz. I need to pay better attention.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I thought you were saying I need to be paid, and I was going to say, would that make you pay more attention?
No.
But you... It wouldn't? Okay.
At least I'm honest about it.
Hey, I'll take honesty. I mean, now we're definitely not paying you, but I'll take the honesty.
God. Heaven forbid. It's not like I put in any work on any of this.
No, you are literally useless.
Totally worthless.
I mean, my chair's doing more work than you right now.
It is true. So we are...
I mean, I am feeling pretty hefty, so...
At this point, we are waiting for racers to finish up their last-minute stuff they need to get taken care of here.
Anybody watching that hasn't been with us before, we give our racers 2 minutes to finish their setups. Their little suspension tweaks, change tires, things of that nature.
And I figure it's a good opportunity to say hi to our sponsors out there. We have Motul, the motor oil guys. Mass Motorsports, providing lots of custom leathers and cool stuff like that. South Central Race Center with some Pirelli tires. Wood Cycle Country selling motorcycles and gear. And Moto Orangutan, also one of our local gear sellers here in Austin. Check all those folks out if you have needs of motorcycle gear or motorcycle itself. You can grab all that stuff from our sponsors. It's great.
I hope I'm going to be talking to these guys, coming this season a lot. There's if this local Grom Race series does take off, like it's been hinted to, I'm gonna go see Wood Cycle Country, pick me up a little Grom for the team. No sense in not putting Motul oil in it. I need my Pirate racing leathers. That's a must.
Yeah.
And then Craig takes care of us with the tires as well.
Yep.
So
it works.
It totally works. It's funny that the sponsors are exactly the people we go to for our everyday stuff.
Oh, there is something about this local scene. It actually is. For folks who have never been around Austin, it really is a great motorcycle scene here.
Fantastic.
And the sponsors are definitely part of that. All right, here we go. Our second race, Moto 2 at BRNO on the Xbox. We are off. Dickinson taking a nice early lead there. Stormy all over him. Voss in there with them as well. No bowling through turn one for yet another race. You have to be disappointed with that, Nick.
I'm actually pretty proud of our guys right now.
It is surprising how clean they've gotten at a lot of this. Oh, of course, our first down being Rocha.
That was assumed, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, there it is.
Rocha, we love you, I promise.
Yeah, you got to jump on the grenade for everybody else there.
Look, man, it's his ground. They're his pebbles. Yep. You just back off his pebbles, man.
Leave him alone. And Bear finding himself further back in the pack than I expected. He must not have had a great start. Oh, Hazard having it off. Yep, you can see it there.
He's trying to take Rocha's pebbles.
Apparently. That's going to be a fight in the pits later.
So when any of our local guys that are watching this, you'll know Cheshire's joke about Coda turn 15.
Oh, they're all his.
No, they're Roaches. They're Roaches.
Oh, are they Roaches now? Oh, God. I thought turn 2 belonged to Mr. Wynn.
It does, but Rocha had it first.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's ever even ridden Coda.
I don't think he has either. I don't remember him having done so. So things starting to stretch out a little bit here. Mac and Jane falling about a second and a half back behind Stormy. Hashtag Rocha's Pebbles. That will replace Free Rocha.
I tab back in just to hear Free Rocha, and I'm okay with that. Rocha's Pebbles.
Yes.
There we go.
Hashtag Rocha's Pebbles will be replacing Free Rocha.
No, we're just keeping it up there.
Fair enough. Why not?
Because I can.
I can handle it.
Now, you know what kind of sucks is Restream is confirming for me that did not go to the Facebook stream.
Yeah. For some reason, Facebook's chat is not compatible with how Restream does things, but doesn't matter. They'll see it on the stream anyway because they're not going to see chats from other people, say, if they're commenting from Twitch or YouTube. The only way everybody's going to see it is if they're watching the stream. So, make sure you watch the stream if you want to say what saucy things from other platforms people say.
Oh, yeah, watch the stream, in lieu of listening to us on Pandora Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to watch the stream, Chris.
Of course.
No, man. Pick us up on
Hey,
AM radio.
hey, somebody might be weird and like keep the audio in the background on Facebook or something.
Nah, dude, ham radio is where it's at.
There you go. Because I want a radio I have to get a license for.
Yes, calling you out. You know exactly who I'm calling out. Calling you out.
You got a license for that opinion there, mate?
Oof. Man, Hades and Voss are right next to each other. I mean,
yeah.
neither of these guys were giving it up.
Sitting right now on board with Stormy, just back behind him, and they are on the edge of his view. He's probably able to see it a little clearer. I'm sure he's compressing a little bit. Got to get that signal over from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean somehow.
Nah, man, it's all good.
Yeah, those two.
Honestly, if you think about it, the quality is not horrible for what we're doing.
Yes. Oh, saw a bit of a collision there between Baird and I didn't catch who it was. Probably Zombie. I'm not sure exactly what happened. It looked like it happened really suddenly, though.
Are you sure that wasn't Bichon and Zombie?
I don't think so. It was on Baird's screen, I saw.
Okay.
I just happened to catch that one.
I missed it, but I know Zombie just got in front of Bichon into 10th.
Well, maybe it was Bichon that he hit. Entirely possible. Look at these guys. I mean... that one's a bit loud, too. I guess
I'm surprised you're able to monitor that.
When I moved, I think when I moved the old settings over from the old computer, I don't think OBS properly exported volume for various channels. So,
why would it?
Yeah,
that would have far too much sense.
Yes, that would be handy. That would prevent ear rape. But apparently, we're not going to avoid that this evening.
Nah, man. OBS encourages that.
Yes.
You put your headphones on. It was consensual.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, apparently.
So Dickinson now finishing up this lap, trying desperately to chase down Voss.
Man, Voss ain't making it easy.
No, he is not. Voss has actually started to stretch himself out a bit of a lead.
It ebbs and flows.
Yep, just over halfway through the race. And Voss sitting half a second now, and slowly trying to push it up to a second. Ahead of Dickinson, he's decided he is done with that fighting back and forth, maybe? I'm not quite sure.
Don't know there, but do you see that on the horizon?
Yeah, it could be something interesting.
Man, could be some storm clouds rolling in. I don't know, man.
No.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Sound like the storms are brewing.
That just sounds disturbing. I'm just sitting here going, what did I do? Why am I paying for this? What did I do wrong?
What did you do to deserve this?
Yes.
Welcome to Searle.
Good God.
Brewing them storms.
So most of our pack, not too much churn at the moment, but not super stretched out either. You notice that the biggest gap we've got is that 6.5 second gap between Hazard and Bear in 6th and 7th.
I'm sure Bear's pretty happy to see that right now. That's a low pressure situation.
He is hanging on to it there. Not looking
Not
too bad
once.
at all.
Not once this evening have Bear and Baird been next to each other.
That's awful considerate of him. I'd like to express my personal appreciation.
I think they finally accepted our feedback. And,
They decided to get away from each other. We appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, I absolutely appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
So on board with Mr. Bear here. Ooh, seeing him a little inside on one.
He's been doing that lately.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got something new on the controller or what's up with that, but he keeps diving into too much.
Yeah, I remember he was commenting a little bit about that, I believe, a couple weeks back. Having trouble with keeping control of diving in a bit too far. And that did cost him during the last race. That wound up throwing him off the track.
It did. It definitely did. Those two corners were clean though.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what his what the trigger is for that.
Yeah, you look at his control arrangement though, and it's always like, man, I can't imagine trying to fight those controls along with the other people.
I believe his turning is just on a thumbstick though.
Something like that, but I think he's having to balance it with throttle and brake, at least one of those on the foot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his particular mapping is on that.
Yep.
But hey, he's looking good tonight.
Yep, I am sure it is difficult though, because I know that if you're trying to do proportional control on either throttle or brakes with your foot, it's going to be a little less sensitive than your hand is.
Are you saying cars aren't as good as bikes? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly that.
Well, you're absolutely correct. So
there's a reason I'm normally on a bike. And Bear has managed to close the distance between him and Jane just a little bit. You're seeing a lot more glimpses now. He might manage to chase Jane down, looking for a 5th place. Meanwhile, Mac, having a decent race, but finds himself still 3.3 seconds back behind Stormy, Dickinson, and Voss in the front pack. He's securely ahead of Jane, but he is definitely going to have a hell of a time trying to catch the front of the pack, and we are in the penultimate lap at this point.
You didn't miss it this time. Good job.
I got it both times.
Last time. Did you get it last race?
I did get it last race. I was a tiny bit late into the lap, but I did get it.
I don't recall that. However, we'll chalk it up to brain damage.
Yes.
I'll give it to you.
I'm gonna go ahead and call TBI on that one.
I can't even argue with that.
I mean, in the case of your brain, any injury is traumatic with how small it is, but, you know.
Hey now.
Hey now, that not right.
Hey, that was mean.
Good.
Stormy's really trying to nip at Hades' heels here.
He is, but he has not managed to close it under half a second at any point really during the race. I think maybe he's gotten to about 0.3, just a couple of brief moments. But consistently, he's been at least half a second back off of second place, be it Dickinson or Voss, the entire race. Meanwhile, Bear here still looking great. Just not quite able to close the gap on Jane. He is at 1 second behind him. And we are on the final lap at this point, up at the front of the pack. These guys now starting it, so if Bear's gonna do anything, boy, it's now or never. Ooh, and Baird having it off here on the last lap.
Oh, that's not great.
No, that's not what you want. This late into the race, it's a bad time to do it. Oh, I don't know if Bear's going to manage to make it happen. He is now half a second off. Look at this. He's closing the distance coming into the turn still, so he managed to get nice and late on the brakes. But Jane's not going to let it go easily. Whoa. As they are just about to hit turn 5 here. Oh, Bear looking very nice into there indeed. Is he going to manage to make something happen here on the last lap? Ooh, Rocha having it off. And that's going to give Zombie 9th. Good play by Zombie, just being patient and watching for it. But Bear still working on this fight with Jane. A little too far on the inside, had to back off the throttle. Half a second back still. Oh man, Bear, you're running out of turns. If you want it, you're going to have to take it now. Through 11 there. Lifting the front end, trying to keep up. Through 12, a little bit wobbly. I could actually see it on his screen as well. Trying to build up that speed. We'll see what he can do. He's going to have to be really aggressive on the brakes into 13, but it's just not enough. Meanwhile, up front, Voss, Dickinson, and Stormy have finished the race. And Jane is going to barely manage to hold off Bear to hold on to 5th. It was a great effort by Bear. He just could not make it happen. Hazard, meanwhile, finding himself back in 7th. Good race, but I think he had an off or two that cost him there. Key in 8th. Zombie holding on to that 9th that he managed to steal. And after penalties, there we are. Voss, Dickinson, and Stormy in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Mac in 4th. Jane in 5th. Bear in 6th. Hazard in 7th. Key in 8th. Rocha in 9th. I guess Zombie had enough penalties that despite slipping past Rocha, it wound up costing that position for him.
I believe so. I'm having to update that in our standings now.
Yep. Put him in 10th. And then I believe I saw Bichon or Baird and Bichon. Yep. Oh, Bichon managed to take 11th. Baird found himself back in 12th. I think he just had a few too many wrecks after having pretty solid qualifying lap time. So it's all about that consistency, man. You got to get that down.
That was a rough race for Baird. But looking at his previous placings, 10th in round 11, 10th in round 10, 7th in round 9, but that was out of 8 people. Moto 2's just not his gig.
Yeah, though he had one of the faster lap times during the race. He was at a 2:01. He had his fastest lap was faster than almost everybody in front of him.
I guess it's a consistency issue, but the nice thing about being here consistently is he's sitting in 5th place.
Yep, he could have. That is the thing. There's a lot of these guys that you look at them and you go, you are fast enough. All you need to do is get consistency. That's it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, looking at his times, his best placing this season has been a 5th place finish. But, that's netted him 5th place. So just to run him down real quick before we go to break, Voss still holding 1st. Hades and Baird currently tied for 2nd. Stormy taking up 4th. Baird in that 5th place. Sam Crow in 6th. Bichon in 7th. Rocha in 8th. Golden Smacks in 9th. And Turbo in 10th. So we definitely had a lot of movement in this one. A lot of turmoil in the Moto2 group.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of changing there. I expect a lot of competition in that group, though. So we are going to go ahead and take a brief break. We will be back in just under 10 minutes to start our last race of the evening. That will be GP at BRNO on the Xbox. Thanks for watching, folks, and definitely stick with us. We will see you shortly. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. We are just about to start our final qualifying of the evening. MotoGP class here at BRNO on the Xbox. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been some decent racing this evening.
It's been some great racing. Now, in our little break here, I think some of those rain clouds rolled back through.
Oh no!
Which, yeah, there we go. It is wet. It did look wet for a second there. Somebody's gonna be pretty mad at me for this. Voss had been messaging me just before we started Moto 3, and he's like, "Please, no rain in GP." And little did he know that this was decided about lunchtime.
Oh
today.
no!
So he didn't have any say in that.
Poor Voss. He gets to suffer.
Well, everybody else gets to suffer with him, so
yes.
we suffer equally here.
So we will be starting our qualifying now. 15 minutes of people on MotoGP bikes trying to figure out how to put down 300 horsepower on wet pavement.
Hey, man, you just do it, okay?
What could possibly go wrong?
Marquez Dorms?
I mean, there's that. But I mean, what else,
I showed somebody that clip today that's not like a motorcycle guy. They squirmed when they saw the arm bend.
Actually, what would make me squirm harder was it Red Bull Ring? Where they had the wreck where the bikes just went flying and
about
like barely missed.
Rossi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Red Bull Ring. I showed him that one as well.
Oof.
He wasn't a fan of that either. It took him a second to realize as well that it was a bail that caused the whole deal.
Yeah. No, that was perhaps the scariest wreck I think I have ever seen in GP. Ooh, Rocha, we get to watch him have a bit of an off there.
Oh man, Rochin.
That is what he do.
It is what he do best. Absolutely. Well, hey, while we're here waiting for some times to get thrown up, we can run through our top 10 in GP. Now, as Voss has been dominating Moto 2 and Moto 3, McCargo is up here 226 points in first place, followed by Voss with 154, Spanky in third, Hines in fourth, Hades and Stormy tied for fifth, Bear in seventh, Bichon in eighth, Rocha in ninth, and Golden Smacks in 10th.
See? Smacks just needs to get his ass back out here. Stop shooting at people and come play GP with us, bud.
Stop serving the country and protecting us and get back here and do what's really important.
Come on, race for us.
Dance for us. Dance.
Dance. Dance, monkey. It's what we pay you to do. Wait, we don't pay them either. Damn it.
Nobody gets... Actually, technically, they have the opportunity
to get prizes.
For performance.
They get prizes. They do.
They do.
Get prizes.
Where's my prizes?
We don't get prizes.
Unacceptable.
We get the dissatisfaction knowing we waste our Monday nights.
Yeah, well, at least I've wasted watching Sam Crow wreck again. I was really hoping it was going to be Rocha pop up when I was making that joke, but
nope, not happening. Stormy puts down our first lap of 158.548. I suspect it will get a lot faster from there, though.
That is the times we were seeing... What was that? I'm hearing ghosts. Okay. 158 was the times we were seeing Moto 2 in the dry. So it'll be interesting to see how much quicker it actually gets.
Yeah, I suspect it will, though. Knowing these guys. And Spanky joining us, as he often does for GP.
Yeah, Spanky about to get that time set. Rocha he was about to set a time.
Rocha had lost his lap, I believe. After a wreck there. Spanky putting himself only 0.8 seconds, about 0.9 seconds behind Stormy for his first lap out. Very nice. Oh, no! Looks like Stormy got disconnected there. We'll figure out what we want to do there.
we're inside the window per the rules to pick him back up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I would consider maybe a 10-minute qualifying. I think would be reasonable to pick him back up. So maybe we'll do that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let me tab over to race direction here.
Right.
Entertain the people.
Right, that'll be fine. Ooh, he lost his connection completely from the look of it, because I lost his stream as well. All right. We'll continue, but we'll see what race direction wants to do here. We'll see if we can get a hold of Stormy. Let's see if he's just completely been bumped offline or what's going to happen. Okay, looks like we're going to pick him back up, folks. So we will be doing a 10-second. I just about stated something stupid there. Which, don't get me wrong.
No, you did state something stupid there. You just corrected it.
I corrected it. Leave me alone.
No.
So we'll be doing...
It's my job to be an ass.
We will be doing a 10-minute qualifying to give us a chance to pick him back up and finish the race or finish qualifying correctly.
Yeah, so we're going to, exactly like you said, we're going to back up. We're going to pick him back up. The horrible thing is just the way these parties are set up, man.
Yep.
He should just be able to rejoin, and if you exit a party, it shouldn't nuke all of your players out of it.
Oh, well.
We're having to sit and rebuild the whole party right now.
Yeah. It's part of the reason restarts are a little expensive for us.
They certainly are, man. They certainly are. But, look, it's Spanky. He's, per the rules, no matter who it is, we get him back at that stage in qualifying.
Oh, that was Stormy.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did I say Spanky?
You said Spanky.
Same mess.
Same, but different, but the same.
Same, but different, but the same. Look, dudes within reach of the podium for the overall standings.
Yeah,
he's sitting at 118 points.
Yep, he has had a great year or a great season.
He's tied with Hades.
So I don't think I'll be able to get his stream back. I'm guessing he just probably did not bother with getting this set back up. He was more concerned with just getting back into the race.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to bring that up to him.
I'm not going to bother him about it.
He's probably feeling a little stressed right now.
Yeah. Come on, let me just get back online.
No, you're good.
Alrighty, and it looks like we have got everything back up and running again.
It's wet. It's cold. Wow, this looks a lot like the last time we did Coda.
Coda was nasty. Colder. Yep, Coda was nasty. I did not want to be out there for that weekend. I was like, nope, not doing it.
Saturday was comical, dude. I just spent the whole day drinking in the paddock. Like, obviously, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody kept asking me, Are you riding? And I'm like, I'm drunk and my bike's on slicks.
Yeah, I am 2 sheets to the wind. What are you expecting?
Yeah, maybe that's how I set my best lap time.
Maybe.
It
was the joke image or that meme of the side eye where it's like me cracking a beer, everyone else in the writers' meeting looking at you.
That was seriously me. So at one point, Salsa Verde, or Mr. Pixar, who's raced with us here before, dude walks over to his cooler, pulls out a bottle of tequila, so what do? I'm like, okay, swig. All right, neat. I'm not riding, so who cares?
Yeah. I actually,
as the rest of the paddock's like, what?
I actually would have done that. If I had been there that day and it was like, well, I lost my race day, I would make sure to have beer, walk into the riders' meeting, and when it was nice and quiet, just so somebody would hear it.
So it's kind of a funny story of something very similar to that, right? So when Rocha, Voss, and I went out to Colin Edwards' place doing the Mad Dog racing, it's pretty informal there, right? So you can start drinking beer whenever, but that means you're done riding.
Yeah.
So
fair enough. I can appreciate that rule.
The picture of Voss and I up on the podium, I'm holding the beer. there's a beer in my hand. So the funny thing about it afterwards is they're
this
like,
is the
hey,
redneck.
guys, so
This is the redneck version of champagne on the podium, folks. This is how we do it in
seriously,
Texas.
it was like a Pacifico or something. Like, totally not classy. So, I'm sitting there on the podium. It's on their website, me with a beer on the podium. And, so after that, they're like, hey, this went quick. So, who wants to do more practice afterwards? And everybody's like, raising their hand and cheering. And I'm sitting here like, they have a photograph of me with a beer in my hand.
Yeah, there's no way I can get away with it.
Yeah, I'm going to go sit down now.
I'm going to go sit down with my beer and my regrets.
Yeah, well, that was also when I tore my knee up, so it was starting to hurt at that point anyway.
Yeah, practice would have made it even worse.
Yeah, it was probably a good thing that I just sat down.
I would assume the physical therapy is making progress.
Oh, massive progress. I can walk.
There you go.
It's a miracle.
There you go. Doctor will probably say some nasty words if you try to get on a bike again, though, anytime soon.
Actually, it's been allowed.
Oh! I'll be damned.
It was pretty much like they've treated racers before and riders before, and they're like, hey, I know you're going to do it. Just be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
So yeah. So, I mean, I could have gone out on the dirt bike this past weekend, but I'm just afraid of having to dab or catch myself on that side in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And making it worse. So, probably be back out on the road course soon, and dirt. Maybe a real easy ride here coming up soon, but aggressively not for another month, probably.
Yeah. Ooh, Baird having a down there.
We're starting to see these times roll into 158.6. It's right back where we were.
Yep. Though it's Dickinson this time. And Mac, and I believe that's what Stormy was at up front. So Stormy has yet to put down a time. We'll see if he can do it. Mac still on pace for a top of the board. We'll see if he can do that.
I believe.
I believe, sir. I believe. I've heard rumor you're kind of fast. Yep, another section of red. I think he might very well do it.
It's been too long since we've had one of these up on the stream, so I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Free Rocha from the gravel pits. Ooh, there we go. Mac putting up a 158.2. Good enough to put him in the lead. Spanky having a bit of an off. It's all right. The only way you're going to be fast is if you wreck occasionally.
What if you wreck a lot? I mean, like a lot.
Well, then you're Marquez? I don't even know.
So, if you were to compare Rocha and Marquez, they're very similar.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it is, except for the whole fast part.
Oh.
Wait. No. I will say this. I will guarantee you Rocha has had a better riding season than Marquez has.
Rocha has 100% had a better riding season than Marquez has. However, riding with him in real life, I think I watched him crash as many times as Marquez did all season.
Yeah.
In one night.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I'll give the guy, he's tough. He just picks it up and keeps going.
I mean, if you're going to wreck all the time, that's what you got to do. You got to be tough.
He is one hell of an aggressive rider. I mean, if this dude can stuff you, he will. Even if there's no chance of making the pass, he's just going to stuff you because it makes him giggle.
I mean, you know what? With how much of a troll I've seen him be in other things, that is utterly unsurprising.
No, I mean, it's hilarious to watch.
I think we had a couple of folks go off there.
What is that bike doing? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like I said, man, we're doing PS1 graphics tonight.
How do I physics?
I think this physics engine is taken straight from...
the toilet.
I was going to say Twisted Metal 2.
No, the toilet. It's
No,
shit.
Twisted Metal 2, when it goes flying, it's like Twister, the little F1 car in the game.
It's shit. And not one of those nice, solid, I feel better shits. One of those, I'm screaming and making a mess types.
That dairy was expired?
Yes. There you go. So, Dickinson so far, this lap, 2 red sections. Looks like he might manage to put himself on the top of the board at that pace above Mac. And look at Mr. Bear. Ooh, gets bumped down off the front row by Spanky very suddenly. Very nice, Spanky. Voss putting himself in second. So now, now up front, less than a second between our top 4. Though Dickinson is still on pace to put himself at the top despite all that churn. Are we going to see a 156 out of him? Yes, we are. A 156.399. And he will pull it back into the pits, I'm sure, for a little bit of adjustment. As we have just under 2 minutes remaining in qualifying for GP here. These guys aren't going to slow down much for the wet, I'll tell you that much.
No, they're certainly not.
As we're looking here at Baird, he has yet to put down a lap. Hopefully he can. Like I've said, dude has plenty of the speed. It's just a matter of consistency is really all he needs. I act like that's nothing, but I think that's a lot of the guys. They'll have great lap times, and then they'll be like, oh, it's just so hard to do it in a race. Yep. Got to get that consistency, bro. So Jane and Hazard both having put down laps. Some of these wild cards we have, man, they can get the shit done. I'll tell you what. Ooh, there you go. Baird putting himself in 7th. 4 seconds behind Dickinson. Hazard at just about the same pace. Bear about 3 seconds behind. And Dickinson did put down an impressive lap there, but now Max showing 2 red sectors. With 30 seconds remaining, he's probably not going to get another chance, so he's going to do a great lap. Now is the time. Meanwhile, Key and Bichon yet to put down laps. Looks like Key is about to finish his, though. Ooh, Baird having it off. Hopefully he can get out there for one more before it shuts down on him. And that is it. And I don't think he'll get another one. And Mac puts himself at the top of the board with a 156.1 in the wet. So I believe all we have left at this point is Spanky, who's got 2 red sectors showing as well. So maybe he'll move to the top of the board. Oh, okay. Mac is out for another lap as well. So both of them showing speeds that could put them at the top of the board here. So Spanky and Max still having a bit of a competition.
The pressure's on, man. The pressure is on.
Key puts down a lap 9.8 seconds back. And that is going to be it for him.
Come on, Spanky.
Rocha finishing up his lap as well.
Beat Mac. Do it.
It might happen. Rocha managing to move himself, I think, a bit up. 5.1 seconds behind Mac. Ooh, Spanky putting down a 155.6. Dear God, I think he's kind of fast.
Just a wee bit.
That is the rumor.
Bichon, no qualifying time. Damn.
And Mac, I think, swings a bit wide and gets disqualified on that one. So that is going to be that. We've got Spanky, Mac, and Dickinson up front. Voss, Bear, and Hazard on the second row. Baird, Rocha, and Jane on the third row. And the Bichon and... Oh, who else was it there on that final row? I need to pay attention better. Bichon and Key. And only 11 racers on this race.
Who did we lose? I thought we had 12.
I thought we did 2. I'm not certain.
Stormy. We lost Stormy.
Oh, did Stormy... yeah, we're just not able to keep Stormy connected this evening, unfortunately. I think that's going to count him out.
I think he was mentioning in our writers' chat earlier that he was having internet issues.
That sucks.
That does suck. He was doing well.
Yeah, he was having a great evening. That is a bummer. Sorry that he's out for the evening.
Well, we tried.
Yep, we tried to get you in there, bud. Definitely disappointing when a connection issue winds up killing your evening. Terrible to hear.
Yeah, especially when you're in the points. Like,
Yep.
you know, that's rough.
Yep. Unfortunately, nothing we can really do about that one.
I've got a question. I'm going to tab over to race direction real quick. Give me a moment.
Dokie. And while we are waiting, and Nick is hiding over there talking with race direction, I'd like to go ahead and give another shout out to our sponsors here. That's right, people are dumb enough, or maybe nice enough, to give us prizes to give to these boys. We've got South Central Race Center with Pirelli Tires, Mass Motorsports with lots of leathers and fancy stuff like that. Motool, Motor Oil, Moto Orangutan, Motil, and Woods Cycle Country. A lot of our local folks here in Austin helping us out. So here we go. This is going to be our final race of the evening. This is MotoGP at BRNO on the Xbox One. And Spanky tried to take an early lead there. Mac winds up swinging wide, trying to get ahead of him. Baird unfortunately had an off there, so that is going to make it rough for him to get back up in the pack. Hopefully he can.
Letting Spanky get ahead is going to be a mistake.
Oh, no! Spanky out front, and down he goes. Just tucks the front.
Full responsibility for that.
Yep, just tucks the front, and off he goes. So now, Mac takes that position over, and he's got Voss hot on his heels with Dickinson right behind him. Look at this. Oh, Baird having another off. The wet and the power probably making it difficult to keep a bike on the track right now.
Yeah, these guys are probably pretty mad at us right now.
Hazard, Hazard also having an off. So Spanky now is 3 seconds back off of the front pack. He's going to have a long fight to get up to the front.
Putting McCargo back in first, that's even worse.
That is a mistake. That is a big mistake. I was really surprised to see Spanky do that. We don't routinely see those kind of mistakes out of him, but it happens.
It certainly does. You know, not much we can do about it. But hey, something we have done for one of our racers is we're kind of since Stormy had these issues with his interwebs and it really wasn't his fault, we did go ahead and we are going to give him 12th place points.
Okay. Well, that'll work.
I think that's only fair.
Yep. We don't want to force him to put up a bad internet there, but he was definitely here tonight.
So here's your 4 points, sir.
Yeah, and he definitely had a hell of a first and second race, so...
he would have done so much better than 4 points. I feel bad about it.
Yep. Unfortunately, nothing we can do there.
No, there goes Rocha.
Whoa. Meanwhile, Voss still being absolutely molested by Dickinson.
Stranger danger, man. Stranger danger.
I'm telling you. You gotta watch out for them South Africans. They're shady, man.
Wow. Racist.
Oh! Ooh, swinging very wide through 5.
Yeah, it came in a little hot there by the looks of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of what you do on that turn. You do wind up treating it like a big old double apex.
Yeah, it was a little wide for double apex.
Yep, a little bit. Sean having an off hazard, slipping ahead of him.
Go Rocha.
Our own Rocha out there fighting. Oh no, another off for Rocha there.
You should hear his cheering section in real life as well. We're all just screaming, "Come on, Roach!" And people are looking at us like we're crazy. It's wonderful.
So these three, man, they are not managing to get away from the rest of the pack quite yet. Spanky is still about 2 seconds back behind him. You can see him popping up on the minimap.
They're consistent.
Yep.
They're not really gaining or losing on each other. I mean, it's really just kind of cat and mouse. Ooh, coming up a little tight there by Hades.
Yes. And look at these lap times, all of them at a 1:59. Yep, Spanky actually setting the top lap time for that lap. So he's not going to let off. They better not make any mistakes. He's just waiting to eat up whoever falls. Ooh, oh no! That was bad. I am not sure what to say about that. I am not sure what happened there.
I have a feeling Race Direction might have some work to do after protests.
Yeah, but we had nice, clean footage of that one, so we'll be able to get a look at it.
Yeah. I don't know if that was conservative braking by Voss or really aggressive braking by Hades.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on that one. I'm not sure if he waited too late or if Voss just was being careful.
Yeah, I don't want to pass judgment on that too quickly.
Yeah, that is a bit rough. So Voss now in third. But it's going to be a lot to try and catch Spanky and Mac up front.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a chase there. Both of those two going to go ahead and take advantage of it.
My internet dropped for a moment there.
Oh, no. You never give Mac a chance. He will punish you for it. So there he is up front. Spanky now 3 seconds behind him. Voss almost 3 seconds back behind Spanky. And Dickinson right on Voss. Knowing those two, they're probably having a discussion about it right now.
Oh yeah, they're arguing.
I don't know if they'll be arguing or they'll be laughing about it. We'll see.
Polite arguing. Spanky with the fast lap again.
Yeah, 158.7. This guy, tell you what, he's not going to let everybody get away from him. He's trying to make up for that early mistake by absolutely hauling ass the rest of the race.
It's working.
It is.
It's certainly working.
It's got him second. And meanwhile, you can see here, Bear back having a bit of a fight with Jane. Ooh, swings very wide around 3, trying to avoid a collision there. Both of them pretty wide, exiting on 4. Yeah, it was close, but he managed to hold on to it.
That's as close as you can get to going down without actually going down.
Yeah, he managed to hold it, though.
No soggy grass.
Nope, no need for that. Meanwhile, Voss and Dickinson up front having a bit of a fight here. We'll go ahead and cut over to that. These two have been very aggressive so far, which is what led to that first little touch between them that cost him. And look at this! Spanky swings wide.
Oh,
in 10, and Dickinson and Voss are right there waiting for him to make a mistake and just eat him right up.
God, he worked so hard for that spot.
Ooh. Ooh, that's the problem with being at the front pack, or being in the front pack in this group. You don't get mistakes. You do not get to make mistakes. And look at that. Mac, meanwhile, has turned it on and puts down a 157.6. Ooh,
He's not messing around.
Dickinson only a tenth of a second behind him on that lap. Oh, and I could actually hear Spanky floating around behind Voss there. He is close enough that you can hear him pretty clearly. So that fight is by no means over. Meanwhile, looking back here at Bear and Jane in 5th and 6th. Tell you what, these two aren't done. Look at this. Despite the wet, Bear just trying to just stick in there and get anything he can on Jane for the pass.
Battling on those brakes.
Yeah. Not easy at this. Now, the likelihood of either of them seeing the podium is pretty low, as they are about 10 seconds behind Spanky in the front pack.
Yeah, that's huge.
Oh, but I'll tell you what, they're going to fight for their points. And look at this, Jane, very wide in 7. Bear holding it in tight. Can he get the drive out?
No, looks
looks like he does. Through 8. He's just got to.
He holds it.
He's got to defend the line now from 8 and 9. He manages to do so.
Pretty wide through 9.
He was, but he did manage to stretch it out, leaving. Now he just has to.
Good job, Bear.
Up, and then in 10, he's way too wide in the gravel, and Jane takes it from there.
He kept it up though, which is huge.
Yep, he didn't wreck. But that was just, he probably got a little ahead of himself, got a little nervous. Yes, I got the pass. Oh, I have to get on the brakes, and just didn't make it happen.
That pace would have worked in the dry.
Yep. He would have been fine if it had been dry. He would have had no problem making that turn. Ooh. Alrighty, and we have started the penultimate lap up front. I think Jane is probably going to be able to hold on to that one if he can avoid making mistakes. Bear is being really aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive doesn't always get you the fast lap, though.
No, it doesn't.
Smooth is fast.
Well, he had to do it. I mean, he's got to get the pass and got to make it work, but sometimes you put a little too much risk in there. It doesn't quite work. Yeah, he's holding everything together. Ooh, gets a little too far inside on 4.
Hines, call that out. Who was that?
Bashan off the track.
Ran out of fuel.
Oh no, Bashan is out of fuel?
Bashan ran out of fuel and then crashed in the wet grass.
No, Bashan.
Womp womp.
That is a shame, sir. We did actually get that on the stream there.
Man, that is 2 racers that we already have points decided for on the penultimate lap.
Yep. Meanwhile, up front, Mac has just disappeared on Dickinson. He is just gone.
He gone.
Yeah. He is just flown ahead, so it is, at this point, obviously, his race to lose on the final lap with 5 seconds almost ahead of Dickinson.
Oh, you can just about crash and still keep that.
And Spanky, oh, the poor guy, starts out the race winning it. Rex comes back from 4th all the way up into 2nd and swings wide in a turn. He's got 2 seconds between him and Voss, and I can guarantee you Voss is not going to make that an easy 2 seconds to get back. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I have a feeling that we're not going to see this change much short of a crash.
No, it would require somebody absolutely falling apart. On board with Voss here. You can see him coming into 5. You can see he's got a view to Dickinson, but unless Dickinson makes a major mistake right now, Voss is probably just going to have to settle for third on the podium. And Mack just absolutely flying out front. Dickinson has managed to close about half a second on him, but I don't think it's going to matter. You can see here Mack out front just having a great race. After Spanky made the mistake early on, man, the worst thing you can do is let this guy in front of you in GP. And there it is. Dickinson across the line, Mack across the line in first. Dickinson in second. Voss in third with Spanky close on him. Spanky was making one more try at the podium and just couldn't make it happen.
It was worth a shot, man.
Oh!
It was certainly worth a shot.
Bear, God, trying to push up and catch Jane on that final lap and just bends it coming towards the final turn.
That's going to change my standings a little bit here.
Bear still keeps his sixth place, so it was a risk that was a good one to take, but unfortunately it did not pay off. So there you go. McArgo up front, nobody surprised. Then Dickinson and Voss in second and third. Spanky in fourth, despite a monumental effort to chase the front down 2 more times. What a race for him. That was an emotional roller coaster for that guy. Jane and Bear just couldn't make it happen. He tried, and in that coming up to the final turn, he just bended it. That would have been a yard sale had it been real life. Hazard having a decent race, putting himself in 7th. Baird in 8th. Rocha in 9th. Key in 10th. And Bichon running himself out of gas is going to have to settle for 11th.
Stormy in 12th.
Yes, we will give Stormy the points for 12th.
He gets those 4 points. So,
Yep.
Hey, that puts us good bit of little motion in our GP standings as well. McCargo holding first, Medusa second, Spanky third, Hines in 4th, Hades 5th, Stormy 6th, Bear in 7th, Bichon 8th, Rocha in 9th, and Sam Crow in 10th.
Alrighty. I'm still surprised. Rocha is not running last.
Man, it just goes to show you. It's what I've been telling Nick Jake. Especially when
show up and keep up.
Quit.
Yep.
Just
keep
keep up,
keep
man.
at
Even
it.
if you finish last, 4 points is 4 more than 0 points.
Yep. Show up and keep at it, man. So that'll be it for this evening. That'll be the last of our races. Thank you, racers, for racing. Thank you, audience, for watching. Anyone watching it after the fact, always feel free to send us messages, even if you didn't get to send them during the race. We listen to compliments, criticism, insults. We take it all. And
Rocha accepts nudes.
Rocha does accept nudes. He will take payment in that, as a matter of fact. He tries to pay his rent with it, I hear. At least that's the scandalous kind of shit I hear he's up to.
He does have an OnlyFans.
Yes. See? We will be back.
Now let me clarify for those listening before we sign off.
Oh God!
It is entirely of him crashing motorcycles.
Of course.
No, that's not a joke. That's for real.
Of course it is. So anyway, we will be back next Monday, same time through the same channels. And I have forgotten where we're going to be next week.
Spielberg.
There we are. So we will see you folks then. Have a great week.
Bye.